For being here, same as my Mimi and my Papa did. So I'll just get right into it. Nana, Dot, Miss Metcalf, Blaine Queen, she was a woman of many names, and names that people would never forget. She was someone you had to love, someone who had the personality of a literal angel. She was a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and sister that everyone loved. I remember as a kid that I would go downstairs to spend time with her, but while doing that, I would sit there mesmerized by a little music box she had, one with little figures that would spin and dance as the music played. And as I got older, it turned into going down to her room to get on her computer to play Nick Jr. games. I went down there nearly every night and played those games, listening to her watch General Hospital, Law and Order, or whatever show I was too young to care about at the time. Soon enough, teenagehood caught up with me, and my trips down there were to raid her fridge of the Lipton Diet Green Tea she kept stocked. And then high school rolled around, and I went down there occasionally with Mimi to watch some shows with them. Well, sit on my phone and enjoy their presence kind of moment. Every time she saw me drinking soda or anything that had a high sugar count, she got on to me about it, but it wasn't until I got older that I realized she was looking out for me, and that's all she ever did for people. Offered her 90 years of advice and wisdom to the ones who needed it, and sometimes even the ones who didn't. I'll never forget going downstairs to ask her about the world events she lived through, just to gain insight from someone who lived in that time. She would tell me stories about where she was when things were announced or places she was in life when things were going on, and I'll always remember her as one of the best storytellers. Before she passed, she made me promise her two things long before then. One, that I would finish marching band, and two, that I would graduate, and that I did. I promised her those two things, and all she ever wanted from me was to see me live my best life, even if that meant constantly getting on to me about the things I was too naive or stubborn to understand before. To all of her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-greats, the smell of her perfume, the Lipton green tea, the color blue, classical music from the 60s and onwards, her favorite shows, blinged out jewelry. Let all of these things serve as a reminder that she's always next to you and watching the things you accomplish in life. She's patting your shoulder, telling you good job, and yeah, you may not be able to physically see her, but let these things serve as a reminder that she will always be next to you and she'll always be proud of you. And to Nana, I did it. I finally finished marching band just as I promised, and when I throw that cap in the air when I graduate, I'll dedicate it to you. And I played the music louder and stronger every single time, as you were a part of it now. You were every melody, every chord, every breath I blew into that instrument. Every performance onward was for you. Thank you.